Amagalan Silksa. Greetings to the Nisga'a Nation. I offer my condolences to those that have lost loved ones during this COVID-19 pandemic. No doubt these unprecedented circumstances have made your losses all that more difficult. We hope that you find comfort in knowing that the Nisga'a Nation will keep you in our prayers. I also offer my words of comfort to those who are battling cancer and to those who are battling other illnesses. The Nisga'a Emergency Preparedness Committee has been working collaboratively through this pandemic. In an effort to discourage travel and to promote social distancing, each Nisga'a village has distributed essential food and household items. On April 3rd, Nisga'a Lisims government also distributed $32,000 worth of groceries in the 4 Nisga'a villages, and these were delivered by the provincial supplier, Cisco. The Emergency Preparedness Committee also worked with the Ministry of Transportation and Highways to install signage along Nisga'a Highway 113 and outside each Nisga'a village to make it clear that the Nisga'a villages, the tourist destinations and the recreation sites are closed. We applaud the efforts of our Nisga'a urban locals, Terrace, Prince Rupert, Port Edward, Vancouver, and to our village governments for the work that they are doing to provide support to the citizens living in their respective urban locals and their respective village communities. On March 30th, the British Columbia Health Officer, Dr. Bonnie Henry, stated that the next 2 weeks marks a second incubation period for COVID-19, as the number of cases have not peaked yet. Also in her statement, Dr. Henry asked British Columbians not to travel to smaller communities for fear of spreading the virus. And most rural communities are not equipped for individuals who may have the virus. In her update yesterday, Dr. Henry reported 63 new cases confirmed in British Columbia, with 23 in the Northern Health region. Social distancing is working to flatten the curve, so we must continue. It is now mandatory, so we must adhere to provincial orders to social distance and to self-isolate if we traveled from major urban centers. Nisga'a Lisims government has received many questions in regard to funding during these difficult times. On March 30th, Wopsiayu Nisga'a responded to these extraordinary times and circumstances by setting aside an emergency fund to help the Nisga'a Nation respond to COVID-19. The fund will include COVID-19 funding that the Nisga'a Nation will receive from other levels of government, as well as reallocation of other sources of Nisga'a Lisims government. As part of our COVID-19 emergency fund, Nisga'a Lisims government anticipates receiving $1.3 million from the Indigenous Community Support Fund that Canada announced as part of the COVID-19 Economic Relief and Assistance Package. Nisga'a Lisims government will be able to use these funds for a wide range of COVID-19 related measures. The Nisga'a Finance Committee has been tasked with developing recommendations to the executive for the use of these funds. Nisga'a Lisims government will also be receiving some funding from the Emergency Management Assistance Program, specifically for activities to prepare and respond to the spread of COVID-19. To ensure that we make efficient use of the resources available to us, it will be important for Nisga'a Lisims government to not duplicate the programs and benefits that will be made available to Nisga'a citizens and Nisga'a businesses by other levels of government. It is therefore important that Nisga'a citizens look to and take advantage of those other programs. And these examples include the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which will provide a benefit of $500 a week for up to 16 weeks for eligible workers who lose their income as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Another example is the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, which will provide a 75% wage subsidy to eligible employers for up to 12 weeks to help businesses keep and return their workers to their payroll. This subsidy will be applied for by the employers. The British Columbia Emergency Benefit for Workers, which will be to provide a one-time $1,000 payment to eligible individuals who lose income because of COVID-19. Another example is the British Columbia Rent Supplement, which will provide $500 per month to eligible low and moderate income renters who are struggling to pay rent as a result of income loss or income reduction due to COVID-19. Nisga'a Lisims government will post a list of federal and provincial programs that may be of assistance to Nisga'a citizens and Nisga'a businesses, including links to where further information on these programs can be obtained. We will continue to have discussions with Canada and BC regarding other potential sources of funding. It is an evolving situation. And what can we do to stop the spread? We can stay home. We all must do our part to stop the spread of COVID-19. And the best way we can do this is by social distancing. Ways to practice social distancing are to limit activities outside of your home. If you're out in public, try to keep 2 meters between yourself and others. Cough into your elbow or your sleeve. Wash your hands frequently. And please follow the health official recommendations to wash your hands frequently with hot, soapy water for a minimum of 20 seconds and follow up with a hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your face, eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands. Self-isolate. If you have traveled a long distance either by road or air, please take the precautionary measure, all measures to self-isolate, a minimum of 14 days. The minimum 14 days isolation resets every time a member leaves the community. This can help prevent the spread of infections. Self-isolation is one of the most important activities that lowers the chance of spreading illness to other people, including our elders and the vulnerable. We must stay home and limit travel, wash our hands often, and we must continue to practice social distancing. And we must keep a certain distance from one another. Please check our site frequently for new information as it becomes available. And please continue to take care of yourselves and your families. Good
day, everybody. My name is Anthony Moore. I'm the Emergency Response Services Manager for Nisga'a Lisims Government. I'm here today to talk about the Emergency Preparedness Committee that was established through NLG Executive Resolution. The Emergency Preparedness Committee has been meeting regularly to address the concerns and develop strategies to mitigate the deficiencies in proper messaging and notification, reducing the level of panic brought on by all the false information on social media, and limiting the amount of tourists that are coming into the Nass Valley. During our meetings, we worked on singular messaging that would come from Nisga'a Valley Health, Nisga'a Lisims Government, as well as the village governments. That messaging included the washing of hands, ensuring that it's done properly, self-isolating and defining what self-isolating is, and the practice of social distancing. Over the past few weeks, we've received many reports from the RCMP and the general public of gatherings, of social gatherings outside of the community or inside houses with large amounts of people. We want to stress that this practice is not in the best interest of containing the virus, is not in the best interest of flattening the curve for COVID-19. So all of these things we need to hat with. We need to stop these gatherings. It's crucial. We are at a crucial point right now in this next incubation period as announced by the province. The Emergency Preparedness Committee activated the Emergency Operations Center to Level 1 on March 25th. Since then, we've installed signage on the highways, as most of you have now seen. The signage is designed to limit the access and inform the public that the attractions and the tourist sites within the Nass Valley are closed. We've also addressed the large influx of Nisga'a coming from the larger urban centers, from the universities, from the cities, due to shutdowns and layoffs. We developed notices encouraging 14-day isolation for those Nisga'a coming home, that they must isolate for the 14-day period to ensure that they are symptom-free. We've been working with communications to send out notices on a weekly basis. And we've also worked with Cisco Canada, a food distributor for the province, to bring in $30,000 worth of groceries and supplies to each of the 4 communities. This arrived on April 2nd, and we're happy to announce that each village received an equal share, as well as the Gitwin Salvation Army food share. These foods were distributed on Friday, and subsequently a post was posted on the website. Our committee is comprised of many members. Myself as the chair of the Emergency Preparedness Committee, as well as my 2 officers, Michael Moore, Emergency Response and Search and Rescue Officer, as well as Shelley Wilson, my Health, Safety, Environment Officer. We also have representation from Gitlachtamics, Sherry Wright. In Gitwin we have Linda Morban and Simon Calder. In Lachkalzap, we have Andrew Robinson and Crystal Bright. In Gingolch, we have Neil Barton and Gloria Murdoch-Smith. From Nisga'a Valley Health Authority, we have Brandy Trudell-Davis and Lisa Gosnell. We have Quinton Mackey from the RCMP detachment, as well as our enforcement manager, Garrett Dyer, and our acting security Department Manager Alan Lambright. It's a new department we created to assist in the response to COVID-19. So I just want to finish off by stating that the social distancing must continue. We must be 6 feet apart from each other. We need to send this message on a daily basis to our youth. On a regular basis, we see them occasionally forgetting that they should be practicing social distancing. We need to inform them that this is a serious matter that we must stress on a regular basis. We must ensure that we're hand washing frequently for 20 seconds. And then we must be diligent in our social distancing. I just want to keep reiterating that because it's that much important. So I want to thank you for your time and have a good day and be safe. Thank you.